Hello, and welcome back to the Career Diet Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Beleva, a career coach and a LinkedIn learning instructor. I am so excited to be back with another episode, and it's very much time sensitive because it is December. So we're almost at the end of the year. And I know a lot of you listening are job searching. I also know that a lot of you listening are feeling fully energized and motivated, and you want to finish the year strong. At the same time, I know some of you are feeling tired, and all you're thinking about is watching Christmas movies and baking cookies, and maybe considering pausing job search until January. So, in this episode, what we're going to do, I'm going to offer you a few questions to help you assess your energy levels. And then, based on that, we will create a plan for you for what to focus on for the next 3 to 4 weeks before the end of the year. So that if you're feeling motivated, you have a more aggressive plan. And if you're feeling tired, you're taking low key action, but you're still moving towards your goal. Now, I just came back from a trip and I went on a solo trip to Mexico. It was a retreat where I spent 5 days doing yoga, meditation, cacao ceremony, just relaxing on the beach, reading silly books. And to be completely honest, I almost canceled this trip because November was a bit of an unexpected month. There was a lot going on in my personal life. So I was feeling very emotional. At the same time, there were some things going on with the career diet behind the scenes that also made me unexpectedly very busy. And I was thinking, you know what? I should focus on my goals and I should cancel my trip and I should cancel my vacation. And then I paused and reassessed what my body and my brain actually need. And that's exactly what we'll be doing in this episode, which is why I wanted to talk about my own experience. And I realized, you know what? Because it was such a big and busy month, what my body and brain actually need is to pause and rest. And so that when I'm back, I am now my cup is full and I'm ready to go all out. So typically, my natural reaction is to always push through. I think a lot of us millennials were brought up with this hustle culture mindset that you just have to work hard to get to your goals, and that's the only way. And what we haven't been taught is that rest is productive, that we do need to pause, we do need to slow down at times to recharge so we can come back with that renewed energy. So it is still something that comes not so easily to me, but I am very proud of myself that I have been very conscious of noticing how I feel and slowing down. In fact, I want to offer you that the more overwhelmed you feel, the more pressured you feel right now to get this new opportunity as soon as possible, you probably need the break the most. And you might have noticed that I took a break from podcasting for a couple of weeks. And it was not an easy decision for me because I like to stick to a schedule. I like to stick to my goals. And because there was so much going on in November, there were things that I had to let go. And there were things that I had to say no to, and things that I had to prioritize over my original schedule and my original plan. So I made the decision to pause with podcasting for a couple of weeks. And my typical self, again, just pushes through and continues to maybe work hard or work late and still make it happen. But what I've been working on and I want for you to start working on is being very, very mindful of how you feel, what's on your plate, your priorities, to continue to reassess your priorities and set your schedule accordingly. All right, so let's dive into the episode. We're going to begin with 3 questions that I will ask you, and I want for you to ask yourself. And the way you're going to answer these questions is by choosing between green, yellow, and red. So, very simple. So, green means I am energized, motivated, answering to that specific question. Yellow means I'm feeling steady, but maybe I'm not ready to go all out. And red means I am tired. All right, so you got it? Red, yellow, green. So here are 3 questions that I want for you to ask yourself. Question number 1: How energized do you feel about actively working on your job search right now? So, again, red, yellow, green. Green, yep, energized, motivated, ready to go. Red is I'm tired. Question number two. How much capacity do you have right now to take on new tasks and or challenges? Okay? So red, yellow, green. Question number three. Are you feeling motivated to explore new opportunities? Once again, green, yellow, red. Now that you have answered those questions for yourself, I want for you to do a little tally. So, how many reds, yellows, greens you got? And based on that, I want for you to choose your plan. So, I'm going to walk you through three different plans. Plan number one is if most of your answers were green. So, you're feeling high energy, you're highly motivated. So, if that's you, there are three things that I want for you to do before Christmas, before the end of the year. Number one, I want for you to revisit your LinkedIn profile. And I want for you to look at it from the perspective of the hiring manager for your dream role. Is it crystal clear for me if I'm the hiring manager within 3 seconds of landing on your LinkedIn profile? Is it crystal clear to me that you're someone who I want to talk to for this dream role that you have, for this target role? And is it crystal clear to me that you're a superstar at what you have done before? So, if the answer is no to any of those questions, I want for you to spend a few hours on your LinkedIn profile and update it with that in mind. So, I want for you to revisit your headline, your about section. Those are the two main sections that I want for you to spend time on so that, again, it's very clear what role you're after and that you're very good at what you have done before, because there is no better indicator that you will be great at what you do next as the fact that you were a superstar in the past. All right, the next two steps is where you really will be taking action. So, your second step after updating your LinkedIn profile will be to reassess your existing network. Even if you have done this already, I want for you to do this once again and go through your existing connections. So, number one, scroll through the connections that you have on LinkedIn to see where the people that you're connected with work or have worked in the past. It's entirely possible that you have missed something. It's possible that someone has switched jobs without you realizing. So, is there anyone that you know already that you can reach out to and meet with and talk to this December? So, maybe they don't necessarily work for the company that you're targeting, but maybe you know that they're well connected and they can be a good person to chat with. It can be your previous manager, it can be a previous coworker. So I want for you to reassess who you know already. With that, I want for you to also sit down and think about, okay, outside of LinkedIn and my professional connections, is there anyone that I haven't talked to that I should? So it can be your friends, family friends. If you're a parent, it can be other parents with your kids' activities that you know. Is there anyone that you have missed that you should talk to? So again, it can be someone who is well connected, someone who is in the industry that you're targeting, even if they're not in the company that you're targeting, but again, they might know someone. So I want for you to find at least two people that you haven't reconnected with while you're job searching right now that you know already, because this is almost that low hanging fruit for you. And finally, step number three, if you're feeling fully energized right now and you want to take as much action as possible before the end of the year, here's what I want for you to do. I want for you to set a very ambitious outreach goal right now. I want for you, and I set the same goal for my students as well. I want for you to be reaching out to 10 people a day. So that's about 50 people a week. So Monday to Friday, from now until right before Christmas. And I know this is an ambitious goal. But for example, one of my students, Nishita, said, hey, I got so motivated after we talked through these goals and I started doing this outreach for 10 people a day. And within 2 days, she got 2 interviews scheduled, not just networking conversations. She got 2 interviews. So this is still very much the time to network. And I talk about this all the time. I freaking love networking in December because people don't necessarily want to work. They're starting to feel a little bit tired and they're looking forward to the holidays. So they're looking for an excuse to pause work and do something that's work related, but instead they're out for a coffee or they're doing a virtual coffee. So 10 people a day is how many people I want for you to be reaching out to. So once again, these are the people within your target companies who have the power to hire you. I don't want for you to be spending time on reaching out to recruiters. Instead, I want for you to be getting in front of people who have that power to give you an offer. So it's hiring managers and above within your target teams, within your target companies. Now, I often talk about how not all networking outreach is equal. And just yesterday, I got a comment from someone on social media, on Instagram, saying that, hey, I've tried and people are not responding to me. Not exaggerating. 2 hours later, I got a message from my student, Anita, who said, you know what? I've been very proactive the last couple of weeks and I have been reaching out to people and I have 2 meetings scheduled next week. So again, not all outreach is equal. And if you have tried it before and it didn't work for you, if you don't want to be spending time doing the outreach that you're not sure will work, and you want to make sure that you're getting good investment for your time when you are reaching out to people and you're actually setting up meetings and then you're converting those meetings into interviews the way my student should have did in just the last couple of weeks, I invite you to join my most popular course, Network Like a Pro. So inside, I will teach you how to make networking enjoyable, how to find the right people, how to reach out to them so that they actually meet with you. So how to set up those networking conversations and networking meetings, how to lead them so that you're not just having a good conversation, but it actually leads to more introductions, it leads to referrals, and it leads to interviews. How to overcome objections when someone says we're not hiring right now or reach out to HR instead, how to follow up if someone is not responding, how to stay in touch long term so that you're top of mind with your target companies and every time they have an opening, they reach out to you. So this is the course for you. And because I want for you to really take action and really go all out, because as we said, you're highly energized and motivated right now, I am going to give you a special offer for the month of December. I'm going to share a special code with you so that you get $50 off when you join Network Like a Pro. Simply use the code December50, all one word, at the checkout for $50 off. And we'll also link it in the show notes down below. All right, now let's move on to group number 2. So that's the yellow group. So you're feeling moderate energy. So you have some energy, some motivation, but you're not at 100% right now. So here are 3 things that I want for you to do. Similar to the green group, I want for you to follow up with your existing network. So is there anyone that you have talked to maybe in the last year that you can follow up with a little holiday message? Maybe it's a hiring manager that you have interviewed with in the last couple of years. Send them a message. Maybe it's a recruiter that has connected with you this year. Send them a holiday message. Maybe it's someone at your target company that you once talked to. Again, let's reconnect. Number 2, similar to the green group, I want for you to reassess your network for that low-hanging fruit. So is there anyone that you haven't yet connected with? So do that this December. So in the next 2 weeks, all I want for you to do is to meet with 2 people. That's all. That's your big goal. But we're still moving forward, but we're touching base and continuing to build those connections that we already have. And finally, because you're feeling a little bit low energy, what I want for you to do is to revisit your goal altogether. So with my students in my coaching program, the Start Candidate, we build a dream job prototype. But even if you're not in the coaching program, I want for you to revisit the overall goal. So what is this role that you're looking for? What is it? And it is entirely possible that you had an idea of what you were looking for when you started job search. But as you're going through this process and you maybe have had a couple of interviews, a couple of networking conversations, and you started thinking, you know what, that original goal, maybe not the right path for me. Maybe instead I should focus on these types of companies. So spend some time. And I like to do this type of work on a weekend when I'm feeling rested, when I'm feeling kind of slow and there's not a lot going on. So get yourself your favorite drink, cup of coffee, cup of tea, and sit down to work through your goal. And what would this dream next opportunity be for you? And I want for you to reflect and think about, has it changed from when you first started job searching this time around? So that's my plan for you if you are in the yellow group. Now, if you are in the red group, so you're feeling low energy and you know that you need rest. And by the way, if you keep thinking, you know what, I'm tired, I should rest, but I have these deadlines for job search and I really want a new opportunity by January or February or March, but you keep thinking, I'm tired, it means that you need rest. I can't stress this enough. That's what I was talking about earlier in this episode, that you need sometimes to slow down. And that's the best thing that you can do for you, so that a week later, you're fully recharged and ready to go all out back in that green zone. Okay. So if that's you, here's what I want for you to focus on. Number one, I want for you to reconnect gently. So similar to the yellow group, just touch base with the people in your network with a holiday message, and only do that with the most important contacts. So again, past employers, past hiring managers from the interviews that you've had, just send a few notes, say, let's reconnect and have another chat in January. And that's all I want for you. Maybe spend one evening doing this, reconnecting holiday messages before Christmas, and leave it at that. Then, similar to the yellow group, pick a time when you're feeling a little bit more rested, a little bit more expansive, and sit down with your favorite drink and reflect on this past year. Find as many wins and achievements as you can. I'm going to give you a number. Let's look for 20 career wins and achievements. And I know that a few will be really easy to come up with, but I want for you to come up with at least 20 wins and achievements. And some of them will be obvious, but some of them you really need to look for. And it can be, listen, me taking a break right now is a win because I'm prioritizing myself. So I want for you to really come out of this exercise feeling, you know what? Even though I'm taking some rest right now, I had a big year. I did a lot. I've achieved a lot. And finally, if you are in the red, take a break. Do those two things. So reconnect gently, reflect on your year, and just rest. For the rest of the month, I want for you to slow down, bake cookies, watch movies, and really recharge. All right, my friend. Whether you are in the green, yellow, or red, there is a strategy that works for you. It doesn't mean that you need to fully stop, but when you are job searching, it is so important to match your energy level with your actions. I'm so curious how this episode has resonated with you. And I would love to hear your feedback. Shoot me a note on Instagram at The Career Diet and let me know where you're at, red, yellow, or green, and what actions are you taking this December to set yourself up for success for Q1 2025 and to land your dream role next year. And don't forget, $50 off Network Like a Pro is valid until end of December with the code December50. Once again, we'll link it in the show notes, and I cannot wait to hear where this journey takes you. That's all for today. I will see you and hear you in the next episode. Bye for now.